Hi guys, we are back again for the final or the second last part of this video of my session on Good Friday. $3.30, $2,500 guaranteed on ACR, and 876 entrants. We're down to 66 players. Top prize is $435 fucking dollars. So hopefully we get some of that. $435 would be pretty good. But you know, it's pretty rare that happens. It doesn't matter if you're an expert or what. It just doesn't happen very often. I got a bad thing. I'm cursed on ACR too. Every time I get heads up, the other guy just wins all the flips and fucking I lose. I get second. Like, yeah, I don't know. I got a first on here last year, I think, at some point. I got a first place in 1,000-man or something like that, but I only won like few $100, $300-400. It was one of my smaller stake. I was playing $16 games mixed with $11 games mixed with $3 and $4 games, and it was like a $3 or $4 game. Then the one game on here, there was 8,000 players, and I got like 13th place. I got 13th place out of 8 fucking thousand players. Yeah, it sucked. I had Ace King in the small blind and had about 17 big blinds left, and it went cutoff raises, button calls. I 3-bet shove for my 13 to 15 big blind stack, something like that, and then the cutoff calls, and then the big blind or the button calls. So, and then I had Ace King, button had Ace King, and then the other guy had pocket sevens. Yeah, pocket sevens won. No aces or kings, so I lost. I busted 13th. Yeah, that would have been a nice one. Sure. All right, make that flush draw. I don't know. I don't know if this is professional. All right, we got to start getting money in the pot now. Leading. I went for the overbet on the river. I got called by 2 pair hands. Didn't get it though. Let's see. Small blind versus under the gun for 60. 5-7 suited. 5-7 suited. Nope. I'm a little bit loose. 7-4 suited. I think we'll let it go. We just want a good pot on that guy. We'll let him have his big blind. I wish I had more charts for this shit. I'd like to see what 100 big blinds deep versus under the gun is. 7-5. 7-5 suit is a little bit loose. It wasn't min raise, so that makes it a little bit better. So I don't know. It was close. A little bit of a loose call, but we made a flush and didn't get paid on the river. Go for the overbet and didn't get it. If he had Queen Jack there, he's calling. If he had King 10, he's calling. If he had a set, he's calling. Yeah, I think I get quite a lot of value out of his best hands. I was targeting his best hands. I'm not really targeting even his Ace Kings. I could see him looking up with Ace King. Like, I don't know the specific opponent. Maybe he's decent, and he realizes that if I'm overbetting here, I probably have a flush. But a lot of players are going to look me up there with a pair of kings. With the ace kicker, maybe Ace King Queen. So I read there recently, like, if you're not overbetting the river with your bluffs and your nut hands, then you're leaving money on the table. So yes, you're leaving money on the table. It is called no limit hold'em, not pot limit hold'em. So you can bet more than the size of the pot. We want to get all the fucking money in there. If he jams, I'm in miserable shape, though. I probably have to fold my flush. That would just be terrible. I'd have to fold it. Like, because nobody's ever gonna min. It's like a min raise almost for everything. They obviously have the king high or ace or the ace high flush or whatever. But yeah, we can take out a lot of the flushes out of the under the gun player's range though, because the only suited hands they have are what? I don't even know what the fuck this is. This isn't correct. This isn't accurate, I don't think. This is why you open 100 big blinds deep under the gun. I think you open a little more than that, don't you? Really? Yeah, maybe that is current. It's pretty tight, I think. I'm opening more than that. This is 60. Yeah, so like all they have is this. They don't have any of this. So they don't have a lot of flushes, right? I have all of this. Well, in the small blind I don't. I have these. I have these, and then probably these. King 7, Jack 7, 10, 7 sometimes. And then these suited guys here, all these. And then, yeah, ace 2 suited. A little bit more. A little bit more suited stuff. It's high. I have about 3 times more likely to have a flush than he is. He's weighted more to these hands. And then whatever the hell else he's doing, who knows? 2.4x from a 15.8 on the button. This guy's kind of aggressive. 40, 36, 3-bet 10. I think he might have just got here because I don't remember him. Or he hasn't done anything significant to me. Is he here? Did he just get here or what? Rich Mess. He's been here a while. He's kind of funny. I didn't really notice. He hasn't like played back at me at all. 2.5x from this guy. We can call this. This hand doesn't really interact with his raising range, so it's kind of a good one to call with. You can just check call here with an open-ended straight draw. Check. Well, we can't win with this hand at all. We can bet it, though, as a bluff. We get looked up. Oh, wow, 7s. He didn't have to think about that very long. But yeah, I think that's one of our river bluffs after he checks turn. And the flush completes, because we did play it like we would a flush draw there. Okay. Our stats like fucking just up and disappeared for some reason. I don't know why that is. Okay, there they go. Jack offsuit. This guy only opens 11% of the time, and he's opening in early positions, so we have to be a little bit cautious. This guy is irrelevant. He's opening he's calling way too frequently. Our fucking stats went away again. Stop. Okay, 6 queens, 7. We didn't really connect with this one. This guy has a pretty tight range. I don't know why the fucking stats are disappearing on us. Huh. I don't get it. Yeah, easy fold now. I open and close it, it'll come back. But I don't know. Yeah, our hand's a little bit too weak to 3-bet squeeze with, especially when we're going to be out of position versus a guy that's in 37% of pots, so. And then an 11% opening guy under the gun, like, just got to get rid of it. Looks like somebody has a pretty good hand here. Maybe pocket 6s or 6-7, or the big blind has either pocket 6s, 6-7, something something like that. Pocket sevens, queen seven or queen six. Those all make sense. Then Richmus, who fucking knows? The guy's kind of super aggressive. Playing a big pot. Oh, two pair versus a set. Yeah. Yeah, I figured the big blind had something pretty good there. All right, A7 of spades. Okay. 1912 guy opens over 16 hands. Probably not the optimal guy to be 3-betting with this hand. I think we're getting 4-bet quite frequently. He probably is opening 10 to 15% of hands. We got this guy in now too, which is good. With suited aces, you know, it'd be good to see a flop with this. I don't know why the fuck it's doing that. It's annoying, man. 14, 11, 3-bet 8, 3 squeezes. Now we gotta get rid of it, but yeah, I was gonna try to see a flop with it, make a flush, and stack somebody if I could. I don't know anything about this Little Heaven guy, if they're good or they suck or what. They're pretty new. They did look me up pretty quick with sevens there, but I don't know. It probably wasn't a bad call, really. Just usually it would take somebody a little bit longer than like a half a second to make the call when I bet that large. So I don't know. It's not like they put any thought into the decision there. So I'm weighing that they're not very good because usually people that are good like take a minute and think about what they're gonna do. Yeah, they're awful. Holy fuck. Wow. Okay, yeah, they're awful. Really bad player. Okay. So don't bluff them. Yeah, we're just. All right. Yeah, we're gonna put don't bluff them. They call with any pair. Calls, 3-bets with suited 3-gappers. 2. All right. Maybe we'll green tag this guy. I don't know how the fuck they got this far in the tournament, to be honest. Could have them to my right, though. We just didn't have much information, so we just used our default strategy with that 5-6. And we had to saw that stuff, and then got into that spot. It would have been a definite give up. It wouldn't even have check raised the flop. I probably would have just check called. Check call flop. Maybe check raise the turn as a bluff, but I don't even know what the fuck you do. When you're with somebody that, if they bet the turn, I don't think I'm going to check raise because they've established that they have a pair. That's the type of player that they are. And they don't fold pairs, so we're not going to do that. Probably just play the passive route. We know they're going to calling station. We're probably going to get paid off on the river if we just check call. And if we hit, we can just blast it, and then they're going to call with any pair. So that's probably the best way to go, and then just give up if you don't hit, right? Like, we know we have the implied odds, because if we can bet 1.5x pot on the river and get called every time by a pair, then we're doing pretty good. Yeah, like the sevens call wasn't like awful. It was actually probably pretty good. Pretty good, I guess. But you know, like a good player will like take the minute and think about the combinations of hands that I could possibly have and how everything kind of unfolded, and then you know the way the decisions, they'll look at the statistics. You know, like this person just took a half a second and impulsively called without even thinking about anything. So like, yeah, there's a difference. Like maybe it was a good call, but I don't think that they made the call for the reasonings that a good player would have made it. You know, like I don't know. I'm not even sure how many bluffs I would have had there. I know a lot of my bluffs did improve on the river with the flush completer, right? So, and it was a 9, and we have 9x in a range, quite a bit. The big blind, or the button is well protected as well. They have quite a bit of 9x as well, but you know, I have more 9s in my range. But the flush completer, you know, it's very relevant. We're going to have a lot of those. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of marginal 9x that we check the turn with. And with the intention of calling a bet kind of thing, a small bet. But anywho, interesting hand. Interesting. I think I played it great. I don't know if sizing up would have did anything different. I bet 3/4. Don't always have to go for the pot. Like we can be polar at 3/4 pot too. To be maximally exploitable, just 3/4 pot your bluffs and then 1.25x pot your value hands. You know, versus unknowns. Like these guys never played with me before. They don't know what the hell I'm doing. They don't know a fucking thing. If you start to get 300-400 hands on somebody, yeah, you better start trying to balance your play and your bet sizes and etc. But yeah, you just have to play exploitative on these low stakes games as much as you possibly can. Just exploit your opponents for their tendencies and their leaks. Little Heaven is thinking. So we got a big stack calling station passive person. So basically, the idea with them is, thankfully, we're in position on them. We just wait till we get good cards and then go for maximum value. Like all you can do. Don't bluff. You know, just go for max value. But yeah, I think the 5-6 was kind of like the nut low, 6 high. We can't win unless we bet. It's gonna be one of our bluffs for sure. Blast it all in. Half. This half thing is kind of cool. Like if you do that with the intention of folding to a shove, like you know, with like a straight when there's a flush on the board or something like that, that's kind of cool. But I don't know what the fuck the logic was there. I'm not sure. Usually, like if you have the decision to go half your stack or all your stack to add up to the full pot, the correct decision is just go full pot. These players don't think in terms of bet sizes. They're thinking in terms of, I have a pair, I'm going to call, I'm thinking about my own hand, and this is what I'm going to do. Unless of course, it's threatening their tournament life. If you're threatening their tournament life, then they're like, ooh, if I lose this hand, I'm not going to be able to play anymore. I'm going to have to spend more money to get into another tournament, you know? So I was thinking about experimenting with like a strategy where I left them 5 big blinds or something like that instead of going for their whole stack and seeing if I got more called a lot more frequently. King 3 off, just a trouble hand that, you know, we're going to lose a lot of money in the long run with. Jack, Queen, King. Monotone. I think this is probably going to be one of Rich Mass's check boards at the highest frequency. Hijack versus cutoff or whatever the hell it was. I think it's probably going to be a very high frequency check board. because we're not going to really want to bet much with our king queens or king jacks, pocket kings, jacks, queens. You know, we're going to want to check those with the intentions of check raising a lot of the time, and without a diamond, maybe even check calling one street just to reevaluate the turn and try to exercise pot control. So, but oh yeah, that's funny. Emotional roller coaster. And we get the ace king. So Little Heaven is nuts. So we'll see if she's in. She calls really big 3-bets with 6-3 suited. We've learned that. But she's kind of chilled out now. 25% VPIP now. Thinking. All right. Go 8. Go 4x the initial bet. We're on the button too, so we look kind of polarized, like we have something random a lot of the time. Okay. Let's go really tiny. Like 20% pot, which is fine on trips boards. You can go really small with your whole range in 3-bet pots or in just regular. Okay, we flopped the world. Unless this guy's pocket aces, we got him. But, you know, it's likely that probably would have did something else with pocket. I'm going to do something a little bit unconventional here and just check. Like the SPR is 1. Go for gold. Go for gold. Yeah, we only get paid there if he has a worse king or maybe an ace, queen, ace, jack. Like, kind of hard to get paid there. I checked the turn because I really didn't think they had much of anything, and maybe they would bluff the river. Try to induce some bluffs. Just I had everything, right? It's kind of hard for him to have a king. It's kind of hard for him to have an ace. I have both of them, so thought maybe we could get him to bluff. Like, he is kind of aggressive, so maybe we could have got him to bluff the river, go half pot or something, bet 13, and then I got him, right? 6, 3, 7. Queen, jack. We block ace, queen. We block ace, jack. This guy's a 26-15. Could have some here. Maybe I could have sized up slightly. Yeah, I think we're done. I think we're just done with this one. I don't think we should continue with it, bluffing or anything else. Yeah, I think it's just a give up, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. What am I doing? I'm repping a 5? Like, I don't have any 5s in my range, like, very little. And he has all these good low suited connectors in his range. And, you know, I think I should have sized up a little bit on the flop to try to get him off that ace-jack, because I think I am getting him off that ace-jack some portion of the time. I'm going to call. I'm going to take the passive route and just call with this ace-queen, since this guy opens pretty tight. It's a pretty snug player. So we'll just call. Couple things that can happen for us here. We can get an ace, a straight, backdoor flush, the nut flush. So hijack versus low jack 40. Okay, we'll play our hand and then we'll look. Hijack versus low jack 40. It's a good card for us, obviously. And we got a blocker to the flush. So it's probably going to lead us to call, but go 10, fold to a raise, I guess. Yeah, I think 10 was a pretty good round number. I don't think we're getting much more than that out of him. With a king. Like, we're targeting a king. And then it gives us a little bit of slack to fold if he jams, which would suck ass. But, you know, he pretty much told us he has a flush at that point. He's never doing that as a bluff. Hijack versus low jack 60. Yeah, hijack versus low jack 60. We get ace queen off. Ace, yeah, 60% call, 40% 3-bet. We can just call. We're down to the final 50. We get a little bit more passive here. Queen 9-9. This guy's kind of lots on this board. Our equities are going to run fairly close together. He's in position. We're going to try to keep the pot as small as possible. I think we're going to make money with this hand by allowing him every opportunity to bluff, to be honest. So, but I do think he has a lot on this board, like a lot. So we do have straight outs too. So. Thinking. Check, bet really fucking small. Is there draws available? I have the draws. Like, I blocked the draws. So, he bets 5 and a 9. Queen jack. Yeah. We're gonna let go of those ones. We block all the fucking draws that he does this with, except for clubs, I guess, but... a little bit tight, a little bit snug, I guess, but I just felt like we blocked the fucking straight draws here. What are they? We blocked the king 10, we blocked the 10-8, we block all that shit. Which I guess would be a straight. So that's a reason to call, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we do call here. I don't know. I just feel like he had it. Like, he bets small on the turn, and then he bets a little bit bigger on the river, like he has a jack or something. I don't know. Might have been a little bit snug. I guess we did block the straights. But, like, nobody's betting 1.5 on big blinds on the turn with a straight there. Yeah, I think he probably had a queen or a jack. And then half bought the river. It's kind of like value. It's kind of like a value heavy bet. Like if you're bluffing, usually you want to go polar, right? You want to go like 10 big blinds there, like full pot. And if you're bluffing, you bet 1.5. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know. He's a 27-14, 3-bet 6, so it's probably capable of bluffing. Yeah, I think we probably are supposed to call there. But yeah, like I said, I overfold. It's part of my strategy. I just overfold. I got to get better at calling. Jeez, I had like 70 some bigs, and all of a sudden I have 56. Where the hell? If the blinds must have went up quite a bit there. Check, check, check. give up here. We get to give up lots in the big blind because, you know, we just don't have much of anything. Yeah, this guy's betting. He has it. All right, next hand. 9-5 offsuit. Garbage. Guy's limping in again. My stats are fucking gone again. So annoying, man. 29-13. So his limping range is probably reasonable. He probably has some reasonable stuff in it. Come on. 6, 7, 8. Rainbow. Yeah, that's not the flop we need. Yeah, like with the way his stats are, his limping range is going to be pretty reasonable. Suited connectors, offsuit broadways, you know. Maybe even some suited stuff, some suited broadways, some king 9 suited, queen 9 suited, jack 9 suited, jack 10 suited, jack 8 suited probably too. And queen 8 suited, 5-4 suited, 4-3 suited. Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. It's pretty reasonable. Maybe a little bit out of line sometimes, but yeah, with the stats he has, that's what you can expect. He's not like the type of person you want to start isolating, like with a expanded linear range, like with your A7s and stuff, and your pocket 5s. Yeah, that's... We don't really have anybody on the table like that right now that's like 43-30 or whatever, 56-13 or whatever. Those are the guys you want to start really fucking punishing in position with your A7s, your Ace-8s, King 9 suited, because you're ahead of the range with all that shit. Their range, they're going to be calling with you with King 4 and Ace 2 offsuit. So yeah, that's the guy you want to punish. This guy, you kind of want to keep a linear 3-betting range still, or isolating range. Chop it up, boys. Like, Queen Jack off on the button is one that I do enjoy 3-betting. It's a good spot to 3-bet, but can't 3-bet now. But yeah, it's a good hand to 3-bet on the button. Like, button ranges 40 versus low jack. I'm sure it's a light 3-bet. Yep. And then you got versus cutoff. Yep. And Queen 10 and Jack 10 and King 10. Button versus under the gun. It becomes not so much a 3-bet versus under the gun. But yeah, it's a good one to take. Good line to take. Queen Jack. Pocket 5s, 8-9. Oh, we flopped the world there. Did he just call with 8-9 offsuit? Is it offsuit or suited? Like, both is pretty bad, but... No, that's not the one. What the fuck are you doing to me? Previous hand, not the previous one before that. Okay, what happened? Oh, that guy shoved the 8-9 suited. And then this guy called with pocket 5. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably fine. What position was he in? Let me see. What position were you in, man? Pre-flop plus. Shove. Cut off, hijack, low jack, middle position. For 9. 9-8 suited is a plus 0.11 EV. However, it is a plus 0.11 EV. However, we're down to 43 players right now. And when you're down to 43 players, you kind of want to tighten up a little bit. You know, you kind of want to tighten up. I probably wouldn't push anything that wasn't worth like at least a third of a big blind. Like, you got to start tightening up a little bit just due to ICM. Like, it's not really a serious thing or anything, but should tighten up. Like your bottom of your shoving range there should be like Jack 10 suited. Jack 10 suited, yeah, Queen 10 suited. And then those are a plus 0.39. And then King Queen off, probably pass on King Jack off because it's only a plus 0.2. And then throw away Ace 8 off because it's a plus 0.15. And then an Ace 9 off be a plus 0.38. So you take that one. So you just tighten up just a smidge. And then pocket 4s you'd start jamming. Pocket 3s would be a plus 0.29 there. With 9 big blinds in mid position. Plus 0.29. Yeah, it's close. I don't know why the fuck that just popped up in front of me. We're gonna min raise this one. King 10 suited's pretty good. This guy don't 3-bet. This guy don't 3-bet. Neither of them do, which is good. That's why you tighten up your range, is when you're getting 3-bet too much. That's why you gotta tighten up. When your opponents don't 3-bet, you get away with murder. All right, dynamic board. We don't have an ace, though. Small blind has a lot of ace-x in his range. He's going to call with 2, 3, 4. Who fucking knows what the big blind has here? Am I willing? No. I check. I just don't... I don't have any equity here. I'm going to have hands here that I'm going to be bluffing with. A lot of them. And I just don't think this is one of them. Yeah, we'll just get rid of it. We have all the aces. Any 5, 6 we're going to go with. Any 5x we're going to go with. Then our overpairs, pockets 5, 6s, 7s, 8s. We're going to be betting all those. Then our ace highs with the gut shots. Yeah. Did I mention those already? Can't remember. Yeah, all our ace-x. Like our range is heavily weighted towards the aces. We just have so many hands we're going to be c-betting there. Like we can start kind of going more passive with some of the king 10s and stuff like that. And yes, we did have a backdoor, but we're up against the small blinds range, which is going to have a lot of aces and a lot of middle suited connectors, low suited connectors, and then the big blind, which probably has a lot of 5s. All right. Ace king, ace 10. I think the ace 10 rejam's fine. Yeah, that person's just running insanely hot and taking everybody out. Yeah, you get that way. One in 100 tournaments, you just run extremely good. You know, you just can't lose. It happens. Jack 6 offsuit here. Well, that makes my decision easy. You can call with Jack 6. Fuck, I was going to look at that chart first. I know it's a call. I was just looking at it. Yeah, it's pure. Yeah, we can call here and stack off, like, versus him, because he's so short. We can just look at a flop. We're getting a good price. We already invested half a big blind in the small blind. Check. This guy's opening, like he's active enough for 2. I think we just release it now. I think he has a lot of ace-x. We're never getting him off of. Yeah. Just get rid of it. We don't even have any backdoors, really, so. You gotta fold sometimes. I think it's fine. I think when I do get a king, I'm gonna probably do pretty well. Pocket 4s. Probably a fold. There's just I don't have the implied odds. I'm not like I can only win 16 bigs when I do hit. Pocket fours. Let's see. Button versus cutoff or like 20, I guess we'll say. Oh, that's versus fucking under the gun. Oh, we rip. Yeah, that's like if we were at 20 big blinds, we'd rip it in, I guess. But like we're 50 and these guys are bigger, so we can't really rip it in with pocket fucking fours, right? All right, pocket eights. Oh, min raise. All right, we got this turtle guy to our left now. He's new. Don't really know anything about him. He calls. Could mean anything. Could have a really tight range. It could have a really wide range. I have absolutely no idea. We just have to play a default strategy here and pretend that he's GTO. Queen 5-4. Just a little protection bet. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that makes our life easy anyway. I was just trying to bet for protection. You know, people tend to play a little bit more straightforwardly three ways too, so if I can get the cutoff to fold, we're happy. Okay, we have some stats on Turtle here. 38 hands. He's a 34, 13, 3-bet nothing. So kind of a passive type, but looser passive kind of guy. So that's good to know. Yeah, I think with eights, there's a lot of bad turn cards there. We got any ace, king, 9, 10, or jack, or yeah, queen wouldn't be bad, but 9, 10, jack, king, or ace. Like, that's a lot of bad turn cards. Like, just betting small for protection and try to clean up our equity is fine, I think. And I think that bet is actually going to succeed a lot. I think we're going to take that down more than our fair share. It's a profitable decision to bet small there, third pot or whatever. It's going to work out for us. I wonder what Buddy had. He probably had a set. I think sets make a lot of sense there. That's what he would just call with a lot of small pocket pairs in that scenario, and then probably he just overplayed his hand and didn't get paid, thinking one of us had to have a queen, and if I jam, somebody will call with a queen. I think that's what it was. Pocket sixes. I think we're at a stack depth. We start folding shit like this. Plus, we're getting close to the final table, so tighten up a little bit. Let me see. Under the gun 40. Pretty sure it's a fold. Start opening at sevens, sixes. Okay. Oh, a little bit tight here. That's fine. We're actually in the middle of. We're not quite 42. Oh, it's an open there too. Okay. Sixes under the gun at 25 and 40 bigs. We open. Good to know. We'll try to remember that. Oh, they moved me tables. Kind of sucks. Well, 3-bet this one without any information, but you don't have info on me either, so fuck's sakes, man. 10 into 30. Yeah, it's like our whole fucking stack, though. Like, what are we going to do? It was a perfectly fine play I made. All right, Rack. He's an 18, 11, 3-bet 8. Okay. So we have info on him. Yeah, there's a lot of good things that can happen there. We had the jack for backdoor flushes if it has to come down to it. We had the gut or the backdoor straight draws, the overcards. We had a lot of good things going for us here. What he's check raising probably would be flush draws and 10x. Probably good 10x, queen 10, ace 10, king 10. Yeah, and maybe jacks. Maybe jacks. So, unfortunate. We're not really getting anything good here. So, we got that 3-bet spot, hijack versus low jack. Hijack versus low jack for 40, I guess we'll say. Yeah, king jack off 3-bet sometimes. Maybe it was a little bit. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Another caller from an unknown. We have 22 left. Oh my fucking god. Jack 10. He calls with Jack 10. Like, okay. UTG 2X. Small blind James. 9 BB. Calls. Jack 10 off. Check. Yeah, that was pretty passive. He gave me that one. Yeah, so we 3-bet the king jack off there. But yes, it is GTO, but probably with no information on him. Just moving to a new table, maybe we could have folded. I think it would have been fine to fold too. But he obviously just had a hand that time. We got unlucky. And now we see that he's a pretty tight guy. So if I just saw those 19-10 stats, I wouldn't have taken that line. It's kind of probably a losing play, actually. Like, if I knew that that was his stats, it was a losing play. I guess I just assumed, you know. But yeah, we're down to 35 players now. 35 more players. 34 more. So hopefully we can get some hands here and get some money in. Final table this thing. Because, yeah, we've been final table bubbling all fucking night. So this guy isolates the small blind. Queen 3-3. You've got to bet small here with your whole range. Sized up a little bit. Um, 10-7 suited. Rocky's pretty conservative. Sozin doesn't play. Rack is tight, aggressive. If he opens, we kind of have to call it quits. The only person we really got to worry about is the fucking button. 29, 3-bet 50 over 7 hands, though. Yeah, we can open this. It's fine. Cut off. 25. Yeah, I see it there. 10-7 is a pure open. 10-6 sometimes, actually. King 9-9. He has a lot on this fucking board. We have no backdoors either. It's going to take 2 barrels to get him off anything. We have done with it. We're just going to give up on this one. Because I have no equity. Like, all right. Put out a delayed c-bet since he hasn't shown any interest, but he's going to have a lot on this board. But yeah, I'm just not betting this flop. I have complete junk. Like, what the fuck is good is going to come out of that hand, really. So, but yeah, he checked twice, so we can try to stab at it anyway if he doesn't have any interest in the pot. Go for the late c-bet. I guess I would do the same thing with like King 7. King 7 and King 8, I'm probably gonna go check the flop too, because we can't go for 3 streets of value with that hand. All the fucking. Oh, and a call. 2s versus ace 9. Oh, 2s got there. Right on. Good for him. I kind of want him to have some money. He's kind of passive. Gives up easy. Under the gun 2x. Small blind jams 9. Calls Jack 10 off and big blind. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fishy, to be honest. Jack 10 offsuit, like what the fuck good? You're so dominated like constantly by ace jack and ace 10, king jack even. Like, these are the hands that people usually 3-bet shove from the small blind. Like, now he's gonna be all in with like 8-5, right? 8-5. He has 8-5. 8-5. 9-2. Oh, he flopped another fucking set. Look at you go. Set 2 times in a row. He flops a set. Ha ha. 9-2. I'm taking a note on that. I gotta take a note on that. 5 big blinds after losing. Big pot. Rejams. 9-2 offsuit. Gotta take a note on that. That's really important information. He's an emotional player. He just goes with it, you know. We can fold 4-3 off. It's pretty much crap. Definitely now. My 3-bet's kind of small from the small blind. It kind of like, it's like he wants him to call, you know, like he had like ace 10 off, and maybe go like 8 or 7 at least. Yeah, he went pretty small. He gave him like 3-1 odds or something crazy like that. So I'm not 100% sure exactly what it was, but yeah, it was like really good odds to call. Anyways, we'll be back after the break, guys. Thanks for hanging in there.